Hello, guys. Welcome to the Blackpink Global Podcast. I'm Lucy. This is Eugene. Forget the intro. Fuck the intro. Right straight to the point. Your Roland Garros champion, Coco Gauff. Hey. No intro needed, bro. Straight to the damn point.
Hey, yo,
Straight to the point.
Where the cups at?
Where the cups at? Where the cups at? Where the cups at? Where the cups at? Where the cups at? What we doing? What we doing, bro?
Lucy, wow, what
we
a time.
doing?
What a time.
Coco Gauff, world number 2, is the Roland Garros French Open champion. This is for the haters, the doubters, the non-believers, the yappers, the unforced errors people. The people like to bring up unforced errors. Eugene Allen, do you know how many unforced errors she had during that French Open?
How many?
No, don't worry about that. Let me tell you the numbers, because luckily, numbers don't lie. What numbers on the boards according to Pusha T? Get it right, bro. Get it right. Get it right. Wow.
Yeah, I'm stunned. It's the morning after the night before, and I feel, Lucy, I'm on a high. Like even when, because I was blogging it for work, so I was watching it, but also blogging at the same time, and it's like you can't. I always say you can't enjoy a match that way because you're focused on like not wanting to make a mistake when you're typing, but. Every now and again, I would catch myself saying, "Yes, come on!" like out loud, and I'm in an office. Like, please don't forget, I'm in an office. Do you get me? So, and like obviously, I'm when I'm blogging, it's neutral. Like, I'm not rooting for anyone in particular. But yeah,
But
if
deep
you
down,
look
deep
at the
down.
t-shirt.
Look
This
at
was
the
underneath.
t-shirt.
I was rocking this yesterday too.
Look at the t-shirt. Look at the t-shirt. And before we actually get to it, guys, I'm here to let you guys know, if you are here for a French Open review, please exit that way. This is
man.
Coco Gauff is the Queen of Paris pod.
This is straight Coco
a
reaction.
celebration pod. So shout out to everyone and everything. Yeah, big up Carlos Alcaraz and Sinner for their men's final. We even put this before the men. We don't care about all of that. We are here for Coco and talking about her run, because baby, we came a long way.
Insane, man. Insane.
We came a long way.
I think we should start with the final though, Lucy, because
of course,
like you said, it was the final everybody wanted. World number 1 versus world number 2, top seed versus second seed. Like the head-to-head 5-all. Like everything was perfectly set up.
Perfect.
And like you could also say, obviously, Sabalenka was the favourite going in, being the world number 1. She was the last player. She won their last meeting too in Madrid, that final, which you were there for. And it was a straight set to win, although the second set was tight. Like Coco could have took it to a third. But like all of these things, like for me, it made for like a great spectacle. And like I love the fact that Coco Gauff is always underestimated. Like no matter what,
you love it, because I hate it.
No, I like it because no matter what position she finds herself in, she just always proves everybody wrong. Like, but not the people that believe, i.e. us. You get it? And the many others as well that do. But it's like, when are you going to stop counting this girl out? Like, what more does she have to do? And like, it's for me, like, like I said, I'm just speaking from the heart now. Like, there's no notes, or I've not made any, do you get me?
We don't have any notes. We don't even know how the flow of this pod is going.
We have no notes. I don't want to like put pressure on her, but yeah, I've always said she's going to win multiple slams. I don't know how many, but like, this is not the last French Open she's going to win. She's going to win more French Opens. Like, she is so fucking good on clay. Like, I'm sorry to swear, but she is an incredible clay court tennis player. And she's shown that this fortnight, not only this fortnight, to be fair, for this whole clay court season, Madrid, Rome, and now in Paris. Like, take a bow, man. Take a bow, Coco Gauff. You deserve.
Honestly speaking, what I love is that her road to the final as well is the fact that, and you know what, earlier you said that she was everyone's, Sabalenka was everyone's like favorite. I did find it interesting that even some people were even saying Iga as their favorite.
Yeah.
And it's not, again, no disrespect to Iga, but we've seen her results since the Olympics is not being the same. Some people still did not have Coco because of the fact that they just like to doubt her, like you said. And I get what you mean, that you like the fact that, you know, people are like doubting her and blah, 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 because she always proved them wrong. And it's true. I think for me, the reason why it's frustrating is because it's like, I know that's you guys are talking about her like as if she isn't what she is, and it's so frustrating. But it doesn't matter anymore because we've got the Grand Slam now. We've actually got it, so there's nothing that you can actually like after today. Listen, guys, hear me loud and clear. After this Roland Garros win, yeah, you cannot chat about Coco Gauff the way they chat about her before. She is not some small player. She is not like your little friend. She is a 2-time Grand Slam champion. And the thing is as well is that aside from the numbers, if you look at the draws, you look at her matches, anytime Coco was like reaching a final or she lost something, it's rarely ever like a small match. It's rarely ever like a small player. She's competing with big boys. Big players, number one players. It's always been like that with her finals, especially these type of big finals. So give her that credit. Give her that credit. Like, it's actually like, it's weird. Yesterday, like, obviously, I've not stopped smiling. My cheeks are hurting, bro. I've not stopped smiling. But at the same time, it was frustrating because you still hear the yappers. But it's okay. It doesn't matter because she's always going to prove you wrong. She always will. But that final, the thing is with the final is that everyone is only talking about, like, a lot of people only talking about, like, her mental and everything and blah, blah. Even that, to be fair, I want to give props to that because one thing that we've always said before, like her fans in general, is that a lot of it is mental. The fact that she worked on that so quickly as well, even her energy and her aura, like on the court. Eugene, like even at the time she was getting broken, she was not low. She was not frustrated. Like she was like so locked in. And you could even see her, like she was pumping herself like, yes, come on, go. I can't remember the last time I saw Coco like that. Like, she just had a different type of energy coming up with her. So that was a part mentally. But on the technical, hold on. The way she was moving was insane, Eugene. Sabalenka could hit the ball to Mars. Coco will go and be able to reach that and she will turn that ball back in the court. There were so many nice shots that final and the entire tournament. The way like I've always said, her coverage is so great, but her clay court coverage, she never really get the prop for it. And we're always talking about all these other players, but when it comes to Coco and her clay court coverage, we literally even said it in the last other pod when we were like on clay. She's a serious clay court player, and it's like people always forgot about that. The fact that she was able to reduce her errors, 30 errors, my guy, or 37 errors. Let me get it right. Let's actually get the numbers.
Oh yeah, get those numbers right, man.
Let me get right. Pardon me, guys, because right now I'm just everywhere right now, man.
Sabalenka hit more errors than her.
Sabalenka hit way more than her.
And Coco won a lot more points than Sabalenka too. So it wasn't a thing because, you know, sometimes in tennis matches, the player that wins the match is often, can sometimes be the player that wins the least amount of points. Like that's how weird tennis is. So it's all about the big points you win, really. But
for real,
Coco dominated across the board.
She did. In terms of the unforced errors, Coco Gauff had 11 unforced errors.
Wow.
Sabalenka had 39.
Nuts.
And do you know how many times I had to sit here and hear you guys talking about the unforced errors, the serves, the serves that even Coco was even better at, mind you, okay? Let's go back to the numbers. See, numbers don't lie because you guys are yapping, but you're not looking at the bloody numbers. First service, 63%. Points won on the first serve, 60%, while Sabalenka had 48%. On the second serve, 50% for Coco, 47% for Sabalenka, right? On top of that as well, her forehand. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. I had to sit down here and hear you guys chat about Coco's forehand for like, what? 3 years, you guys have not been talking about how great her forehand has improved even before Roland Garros. I've been saying it for like 8 months. Like, guys, since, let's say, Asia swing or even before that, after the US Open, I don't know what happened. Coco locked in, fix that forehand. And since then, you guys have not made enough noise saying, hey, you know what, Coco, you've improved in that forehand. And I'm here to remind you guys to do so, because you can't be yapping about it for years and years and years. And then when she's actually improving, you don't want to give her props. The forehand shot selection, this Roland Garros from Coco, shut up, man.
Yeah, no, impeccable.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
To get back to the doubters as well, did you see the thing on Tennis Channel? I think they did it before the tournament started, where they asked like the male players who they think is going to win. And literally, you see, I think it was Artifice. I remember him quite clearly.
Yeah.
He said Coco. Casper Ruud, he said Coco or Iga. Tommy Paul.
And all the Americans.
Tommy Paul, Coco.
Shelton,
Coco. Who else? Taylor Fritz, Coco. Like, it's like all the guys, they know. Like,
and what I like as well, it's not like they were not lazily saying Coco. Like some, like for example, Astrophis, and there was one more player who were explaining further why they feel like she's going to win.
I think Ruud gave quite a good explanation.
Paul as well, and Tommy Paul, for example, it mentioned her confidence, saying that, you know, she looks like really confident, she's looking good. It's like, no, she's fine and everything. So I think that's what I liked it as well. Is the fact that it wasn't a thing where it was just said just to like say it. They actually had like a reason behind it as well, and that belief was just there. But
I think it's also a big deal coming from like fellow pros, even though they're guys.
Exactly.
Like, do you get me?
Exactly.
I feel like that's also quite important and like significant.
Exactly.
So...
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But but again, like the final for me.
How shook were you? How shook were you? Be honest. When she went down, was it 4-1 in the first set?
I wasn't shook.
Really,
I wasn't shook for two reasons.
Let me tell you why I was though. Let me tell you why I was, because
okay, why?
For me, she looked. It looked like Sabalenka was like overpowering her, and like kind of out hitting her, and I was like, wow, this is it's kind of crazy in terms of like, is this going to be like a bloodbath? Like, is Sabalenka just going to literally dominate and finish this in like straight sets? I don't know, 1-2, 1-3. But then when she started to come back, I was like, hang on a minute, Eugene, like, get your head in the game, man. This is Coco Gauff. Like,
this is the thing.
This is Coco Gauff.
This is the thing. I just felt like this clay season in general, I just felt like, no, Coco, this is it. Like, there's no chatting, because she was proving it each time. So when we got to the final and when she was down 4-1, number one, you need to remember this. A lot of Sabalenka matches actually go like that. Sabalenka will be leading 5-0. Somehow that set will end up to a tiebreak or nearly to a tiebreak or something, right? That's number one. Number two, a lot of time with Coco as well, it takes her time. So there's a lot of matches of hers. They'll be saying, oh no, this match is done. Yeah, congratulations. The match is in it. A lot of time, Coco, either the first couple rounds of the tournament or the first couple games or set of the tournament, it might start off slowly. And number three, the last Grand Slam final, that's exactly what happened as well. So I was not worried. In fact, I was even glad that set was done, because I was that second set, I know she's going to fix. That second set, I was chilling. I was like this.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to secure this.
She came out so well. Like,
so well.
Yeah.
So well.
And it was, do you know what was impressive about it as well? Because even in the tie break, she went up a mini break. So I think she was like 4 went up in the tie break. As in Coco Gauff.
Exactly.
And then...
Exactly.
Yeah, then Sabalenka just reeled off like, I don't know, 3 or 4 points in a row and then ended up winning it. But there was still something about the tie break that I was like, you know what, she looks good. Like, she looks like she's in a good place. Like,
that's the thing.
And
like,
then the second set, it confirmed it, because the way she came out in that second set, I was like, okay, yeah, we've got a match here. Like, she breaks first.
She was fighting for every point, Eugene. And again, even when she was like not hitting in the right place, like to me, it just looked clear. It just looked clear. Like, I was not sure or anything. It was the only time I was scared was the final set.
Oh, really?
The final set was when I was like, Okay, now I'm saying because it can go any other way.
Yeah.
It's getting closer. We're getting any other way. If you see the way I was walking around my room like a mad woman, I had to send a message to my housemate at the end and be like, I'm so sorry for shouting like crazy. Like, I did not know how to act, literally. Like, it was just, her shots during that first set, first of all, it was great from both. And it's funny because a lot of people were like, this was just, it was bad because obviously
like
they were
quality match.
Like a low quality.
Shut up. Sorry, I'm sorry, man.
I don't know how people felt like that because me personally, I love watching tennis matches where I don't know who's going to win. I love everyone's breaking each other. Like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit messy, but again, you had Sabalenka coming with all the power, but then Coco being able to defend and cover and being able to return. Like, the way Coco was able to return so many of these Sabalenka balls was like crazy.
Yeah.
The way Sabalenka was hitting
more
volleys and drop shots was crazy. Like, it was nice to see the variety from both players. So the fact that people at the end were like, yeah, this final was a bit, I'm just like, what were you bloody watching?
I think that's what also threw Sabalenka off. The fact that usually she's the player that is the big hitter and like she can basically overpower players. Coco was not only matching her, she was also giving back like
that's
even bigger balls. And I was like, yes, this is where the match. This is where like the matchup. It's not so like well. To be fair, that's why the head-to-head is so close because yeah, Coco knows how to deal with the power, but like she also can produce power herself. And again, I don't feel she gets enough credit for that. She just gets the credit for being a great athlete. And like, obviously she is. And mentally, she's fantastic. But she can produce power as well. Like, please, let's not forget that.
How many times have we said it? We said it so many times. Like, it's actually so lazy. The fact that people are always like, yeah, she's a great athlete. They'll even be like, oh, yeah, you know, her mom used to be a track player. So, you know, genetics, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, man. Shut up. Yes, she is a great athlete. But we've said it before so many times on this pod. Coco is a smart player. She knows how to study her opponents. She knows how to make her opponents so uncomfortable. And when she's literally locked in, it's over for them. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to act. They literally do not know how to act. So it's not a thing of like, the reason why I hate it is because it makes it seem like that's the only it doesn't credit her more as a player, and I think that's why it goes back to the whole point where I hate the whole doubt thing, because it adds into that. Like, Coco is not just like some young player that's just winning because by luck or whatnot. No, she's winning because she's actually really good. Like I said earlier, she improved on her forehand. She improved her shot selection. Her coverage has always been great, but at that final, I don't know what it was, but she covered every single thing. Any cross points that Sabalenka did, Coco was able to go and hit off left, right, center, front, whatever. Like, it was actually just so crazy. And it's funny because when I was talking about our prediction on last pod, although I did say Coco will win this because of she'll win she could win it over Sabalenka because she's a great athlete. But that's what I was saying. She's a great athlete, but because she knows how to move on that surface. Sabalenka don't know how to move on that surface like Coco. She does not. She's improved. She had her chance, but she does not have that thing as much as like Coco. Like, Coco on clay has just been ridiculous.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that frustrated me as well, like kind of afterwards. Not only, I guess, pundits and like, yeah, mainly pundits to be fair. I remember Max Melander, so he was working for TNT Sports in or the UK version, not the American, although I think they kind of crossed,
sometimes,
kind of, yeah. But he said before the match that Sabalenka's the favourite, being obviously the number one player and like, yeah, she's been playing great tennis like this fortnight. But with Coco, what did he say again? Basically we call her the underdog and said, oh, like the French crowd, they love an underdog. Like, and I just thought like, it's just so weak. Like, she's the number 2 player in the world. Like, of course, you can say that, yes, Sabalenka being number 1 is the favourite, but like to call Coco Gauff the underdog, I just thought...
Underdog. First of all, Coco is a bigger tennis star than Sabalenka. Let's just get that straight. The French, like in Europe, they love Coco. We said it before. Wimbledon, Some people don't even know her name, but they know, I know that little black girl.
Well, that's where she had the breakthrough.
She's really
exactly.
good. And then she had her breakthrough. French Open, the same thing. That's not the first time that she was at the French Open final. Hello.
She's a French Open junior champion as well.
Champion.
Let's not forget that.
And that's the thing as well. People forget Coco grew up on clay. Like, she's been playing on clay. That's why that was one of her main big thing. She won the doubles last year. She literally got she was a finalist a couple years ago. So what are we talking about? This is what I'm talking, and that's why I find it so frustrating. Stop talking about Coco like she's some small player, bro.
And the conditions.
And the thing is, you're saying world number one, bro. She's just world number two. And she's been a top player for how long? Coco's been a top player for how many years, bro?
At 20, and she's 21 years old.
21 years old. What were you doing at 21 years old?
I don't even know.
Crazy.
Just about getting through uni. But
like,
but again on the match though, on the final even, like the talk about the conditions. Did both players not have to play in those conditions? Like, well, why are we going on like it was just Sabalenka that had to deal with those conditions? But like both players had to deal with those conditions, and Coco Gauff was the player that dealt with them more effectively. So again, a lot of credit needs to be given to her for that. Lucy, we have to talk about Sabalenka's on-court speech and her comments after as well, like in the post-match.
Let me take a drink so I can calm down, because if I say more, this episode might need to get deleted from the platform. You might have to find a new co-host because...
Yeah, stop it. Because I do you think it's worth reading them out, or do you think people already are up to speed?
You know what? Let's even people are up to speed. Let's read it out so when people hear it again, hear how ridiculous the comment is,
just
they can feel it even more.
Super disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
Because even during the on-court interview, I was like, you know what? Like, what are you doing? Like, just pay your dues and give Coco respect as, you know, a fellow finalist and ultimately the champion, and just take the beating, basically. Like, and I understand, like, you're going to be hurt and like kind of feeling emotional about, you know, losing a tight match, and it's a Grand Slam final. But Sabalenka is a champion herself. Like, she's won how many, 3 or 4 Grand Slams? Like,
she got 3 Grand Slam, bro. You be all right.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you know what it feels like to win.
Exactly.
Also, like, you should also learn how to be a better loser. Like, because you're not going to win every time in sports. Like, sports about winning and losing. And yeah, I was really, really disappointed with like the lack of grace like she showed, like, yeah, during the on-court interview, and yeah, the comments she made in her post-match press conference. Like, it was they were nasty, like really, really nasty. And I also have to say, like, obviously, but she's not an English speaker. Like, English isn't her first language, so I always have to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to things getting lost in translation, or do you understand? Maybe not being able to find particular words. But no, Lucy, for me, this was nasty. Like, she knew exactly what she was saying, and like,
oh no, she knew what she was saying.
Yeah, the fact that she doubled down, like I said in the press conference, I was like, yeah, nah, that's nasty work. I don't like that. Did not like that at all.
Listen, all I'm saying is, and for context, guys, let me just say, Sabalenka literally said with her own mouth, if Iga had beaten me the other day, I think she'd come out and get the win today. It just hurts. I've been playing really well, and then in the last match to get out there and what I did, it hurt. So basically, my girl is trying to tell us that if Iga beat her, Iga would have won the whole Roland Garros. Now, all I'm going to say is, first of all, I want to keep this cute and respectful because I actually do like Lenka. I do like her. I was happy for her reaching the final, even though I knew Kirk was going to be there. I was very happy. Every Madrid, same thing, happy for her. All the other things that she's done this clay season and in the past, US Open, happy for her, all that. So I'm going to keep it cute. However, I need people to remember the last 3 matches of Coco versus Iga, which has been the past year. Coco gave her some certified platinum ass whooping. You see, when you get in trouble in school and they call your parents, and then you'll get home and your parents whoop your ass. That's exactly what Coco did to Iga, respectfully.
Or
both on hard court, both
Miller.
on clay. And also did not win a set. Iga has not won a set against Coco in a whole year. The last time that she did was Roland Garros last year. She has not won since the last match. So please, I would love for Sabalenka to explain to me, how would it happen then? The clay match that they placed against her in Madrid, again, the same thing that we said that Coco has to make her players uncomfortable. It's exactly what she did with Iga. Iga was rattled and did not know what to do, and she beat her ass. Sabalenka herself bageled Iga in the semi-final. So what are we actually talking about? What are we really talking about? And even after all of that, I remember people saying, oh, Sabalenka does not respect Coco. I disagree. I think Sabalenka does respect Coco. I think she respects her as a player. I do think, however, though, sometimes you can rate someone and still look at them and be like, I still feel like I'm better than you. I'm too good to be beating you, which is fair. She's a competitor at the end of the day. She can't be looking at every opponent and be thinking, oh yeah, no, you're great, you're better than me, blah, blah, blah. She is where she's at because of that mentality. That is fair. But I also think it pains her a little bit more because she's looking at Coco like, raw, 21-year-old little girl like that is trying to come and beat me. I think that's what it is. Again, we go back to her age. She's 21. She turned 21 2 hours ago, bro. Sabalenka's 28. Time for her is ticking. She's been very open about wanting to have kids and marry. Like she said it, she's like, bro, I'm not trying to be here for long. She's got her millions. She's ready to go and build a family with her boyfriend that she's gallivanting around with. That is completely fine. But bro, you're not going to come on here and discredit not once, but twice. I think that's the thing. If she did it only once, I'd have been like, you know what, yeah, the pain is hurting right now. It's hurting you. That's calm. But you did it on the court. You did it media press conferences, especially that when you were winning against Coco, she was all smart, bro. She was holding that bottle of champagne for you in the picture while she was holding her thingy plate. She did all of that, and let's not also forget, she also did beat you at your last Grand Slam final. What are we talking about, bro?
And that for me, Lucy, that's also significant too. Like Coco Gauff, when the stakes are high, she rises to the occasion. Do you get me? And that again speaks volumes of her as a person and like,
exactly.
Yeah, an athlete. Like,
and I think they forget that as well.
Yeah.
That's the issue as well. They forget that. And her, another thing I want to add, Sabalenka's comment about that thing involving Iga that was minding her own business back at home, trying to recover from this clay season that she's not been able to. Minding her own business. I hear mentioning her name. Like, why y'all say fuck me for? Like, why are you mentioning me for? Right? This is why Iga has been able to get away with whatever, because these people look at Iga like she's some untouchable person that no one can beat, especially on clay. But wake it up, man. You had Coco Gauff in front of you, thinking, yeah, shit, sweet, as if she did not reach free finals, same finals as you. I reached as if the head-to-head is not that on point. Madrid, okay, yeah, fair enough. You leveled up, but she was not playing as great, but you saw her run, how she was doing, and you know that on clay, she's got more pedigree than you. That's the thing as well. Coco is a better clay player than Sabalenka, which is what I even said on the last pod as well. So what are we talking about, bro? Like, Sabalenka, I like you. Don't be on my bad side. Don't be on my bad side. You know.
No, she's definitely she's gone down a few spots in mine. Definitely,
she has, and now she's out here. They cooking her. And to be very honest, I don't feel bad. Like, some people that I feel bad for her. Da, da, da. And the reason I'm not feeling bad for her is because had it been Coco who didn't even did half of what Sabalenka even done.
I loved Coco's response though, because someone said to her, oh, like basically they put to her that, oh, Sabalenka said this, that yeah, basically if Iga was out there today, she would have won. And then Coco was like, what did she say? No disrespect to Iga, but yeah, the last time you played, I beat you in straight sets. I was like,
what are we talking about?
Talking your shit.
Coco's answer was so respectful, was so kind, was so.
She's a class act, man. She is a class act.
So classy, you know. She literally said, "I don't agree with that. I mean, I'm sitting here, no shade to Iga or anything, but I played her and I won in straight sets. I don't think that's a fair thing to say. Anything can really happen." honestly, the way Aryna was playing the last few weeks, she was a favorite to win. I think she was the best person I could have played in the final. Her being number one in the world, she was the best person to play. I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion here, it was going to be a tough match either way. But regardless of who I played, I think I had a good shot to win, and I definitely had that belief. And if you ask me honestly who I wanted to play, it was Iga, just because I felt Aryna was playing so good. Obviously, Iga's a tough opponent too. Honestly, neither of them would have been the better shot, but it played out how it played out, and that's why I'm here today. Hello? Can you hear that? Can you actually hear that class act? All bloody facts. And the thing is, I love how she still even gave credit to Aryna as well. And I'd be like, listen, she was great. I didn't even want to play her. Whereas you have someone that's again talking about
class.
Conditions. Yeah, okay, the conditions are bad, but at the end of the day, Sabalenka, you did not pull up when you had to pull up. You had your chances. Those high unforced errors was not just because, or errors whatever, were not just because of you playing bad. Coco made you feel uncomfortable, and your statement actually showed an addition to why you lost this final. You came into that final thinking, there's no way Coco can be better than me. There's no way Coco can actually play. Coco cannot come and shake the table.
Entitled mentality,
and that's why I went back to what I was saying earlier. I don't think that she does not respect things. I think she does respect Coco, but I think in her head she's thinking, you're some little girl. There's no way that you can actually wrong. When you guys are talking about big WTA players, make sure that you mention Coco Gauff.
Yeah.
That is it, really.
Let's talk a bit about her run though, because she didn't drop a set up until the quarterfinal against Madison Keys.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make of that match, the Keys match? Because obviously Keys was on a silly run, like she basically was unbeaten in Grand Slams up until that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you make of that? Because that was played under the roof as well. So yeah, nothing in terms of conditions were affecting them. It was a pretty pure match in that sense in terms of conditions.
Yeah.
But
to be fair, I feel like I was fine with it. I actually even thought Coco was going to win in straight sets. I'm going to be very honest with you.
Okay.
Mainly because, again, Coco was just more on form. Keys was just having a lot of power this Roland Garros. And I think that match probably even helped Coco for this final, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, but it was nice seeing, Coco and Keys going at it. But, in all honesty, I wasn't really that nervous about it. What about you?
Yeah, no, I did think it was going to be tight. But I expected Coco to come out on top, definitely. And again, there was a lot of talk about that match being not the best in terms of quality, which I think is nonsense. I thought obviously Coco ran away with the third set. It was 6-1 in the third. But the first two sets were very competitive. I thought the first set was wow, these players they're hitting
Yeah, no. It was, I'm not gonna lie, that first set, it was so funny. When the first set was finished, everyone was tweeting, bro, that first set aged me. That first set tired me. That first set thing. It was a lot. It was funny. It was a thing of one moment, one person is on job and another person it was a weird matchup.
Yeah.
It definitely was. But I think it's also because the conditions this Roland Garros was changing a lot. There was one day it was dumb hot, and then the very next day the roof was closed, and it was just it was just weird.
But then her semi-final against Louise Boisson. Oh, what a match! What a match that was.
First of all, that match was when I was like, okay, you people are actually really pissing me off now. When Boisson won her last match, everyone was like, oh my gosh, people were scared for Coco.
She beat
What are you talking about?
No, she beat Andreeva, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Andreeva and Coco are not the same. Andreeva is literally having her breakthrough year right now.
Uh-huh.
Everything about what's happening to Andreeva this year is new to her. So these are two different people, right? But we're talking about a certified player that knows this clay court well. A lot of people were also I feel like people, when it comes to Coco, they just find anything under the sun to think that it's going to be an issue for her to win the match.
Yeah.
They started bringing up the crowd. When was the crowd ever been
But Lucy,
like an issue?
that's where, again, I think you need to give Coco more credit for that. I think you need to give Coco more credit for that, because from the first ball or first game, she shut that crowd down. Like, basically, she took the energy out of them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In general,
it's because of the way she was playing.
But definitely. But my thing is that people were bringing it up as if there's been times where it's been an issue, or like, for example, Sabalenka's always had a thing for crowd. Like, oh, the crowd this, the crowd that. Coco has never really been that type of player, right? I was more scared for Boisson because I know how French people are when you're going to lose. I was scared for that girl. Everyone was scared for Coco. I was scared for her and how they were going to act if she loses and stuff, and not considering that Coco is just a number two. Like, she was second seeded player. What are we talking about, bro? Like, she breezed that through so quickly.
I don't think anybody was expecting Boisson to win, to be fair. Like,
Eugene, no, they were. This is what I'm saying. That's why I was so annoyed with people. I was like, what are you guys talking about? They either thought Coco was I think they either thought Boisson was going to win, or Coco was going to go through like a hard, like a difficult match. Like, people were like talking about Boisson's like forehand and the way that she was attacking with her ground strokes and stuff. And I was like, yes, so?
No,
we're talking about
nice
Coco
player,
here.
definitely.
She's a nice player, and a massive shout out to her for achieving what she's done. We haven't had a French woman achieving that for such a long time. She got more money in the bank. She came from wild cards. She was competing against like top players as well. We said it on the pod with the Grand Pass podcast. Shout out to them.
Back-to-back top 10 wins, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Back-to-back top 10 wins. So no discredit to her, but we're talking about Coco Gauff, who's on form, very great clay court player, and she was on a mission. Like, it is what it is, but yeah, I'm really glad that she was able to just lock in through that match so quickly. But either way, she made it to that final. She won in 3 sets, and she played so well. She had a plan, mentally, spiritually, technically, and she just did it.
And I need you to do me a favor. So in our preview pod, I mentioned how she basically, and I said I had no kind of inside knowledge, which I didn't, and I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
But I said basically after her defeats in Madrid and Rome, and she was giving her speech, she basically mentioned that like she's coming for the big one. Lucy, this was destined, and like I saw it. And then she said, or it's not said, so she posted, did you see on, I think it was her...
Oh, she posted so many
Twitter
things.
About basically writing down, I'm going to win the French Open.
She even wrote it like on her notes. She had
back in 2021, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, all of these things, like, in terms of destiny, like, it's a cheesy kind of, I don't know, phrase or belief or whatever. But that shit exists. That shit really exists, man. And this is testament to it. So what I need you to do, Lucy, because she's now bestie, responding to tweets about we up in here.
We up.
I need you to get her on the pod, man. Tell her, listen, Coco, listen, we need you to pull up. We need you to pull up.
Pull up at BSG, my guy. No, but you really did. You actually, I've always said, Eugene, you've always gave props to like Coco for like time.
Come on, man.
You always gave props. You always did it. Any tournament, Eugene would be like, Coco. And it's always even the time with people. The US Open, you said it, she won it. Roland Garros, you said it even more precisely, and she won it. And she did it. She did it. This win is just so big, man.
It's so sweet.
It's just so big.
So sweet.
It's so amazing. Carrying the legacy of American women tennis, carrying the legacy of black tennis from Serena Williams to Coco. This is for the strictly for the. This is for the the real This is for the strictly for the This is for the.
Oh, man.
But guys, to wrap it up, let's quickly give a shout out to everyone else. You know, we waffling about Coco. This is only about her, but we had to give a shout out. This clay season, especially Roland Garros, I don't know what happened, but everyone was just super locked in. We had so many players going up to it to the fourth round, to the second week. Francis Tiafoe, who played his best matches this Roland Garros. If it was not like facing such a tough top opponent, it would have been a whole different ball game. But he did so well. So shout out to him. Hailey Baptiste. Wow. Making through, was it third round, fourth round, sorry.
Yeah. No, fourth, sorry, exactly. Second week, yeah.
Fourth round.
She lost
Never
to
done that
Keys.
in a Grand Slam. She lost to Keys. I knew it was going to be a tough one, but she's been so great. New career rankings as well. She's been amazing. Shout out to her, and her team is so nice. Seeing a black coach and a black tennis player is killing it. Obviously, Franklin Tiafoe is part of the team, so yeah, massive shout out to them. Ben Shelton for giving us a great match against Carlos Alcaraz as well. So sweet. Yeah, he won that first round where, you know, we were like, wait, is he going to do it? And he did. It was really good. Shout out to him as well. Victoria Mboko, who lost to Qin Wenzheng in the third round, came all the way through qualifying. She didn't even drop a set till then.
Crazy.
Killed it.
She's now
did
top
really
100
well.
player as well. As of Monday.
Hey,
incredible.
Call it out, yeah. A massive shout out to Naomi Osaka, who was feeling low, but girl, you went head to head with Badosa, went in 3 sets. Now, some people trying to blame me for it, saying that I jinxed it because I was like, Badosa. But I did give a disclaimer at the end. I said, hey, okay, you know, maybe, but I just had faith in Osaka. But Osaka, a massive well done to her for the clay season. She still won a title, and she's not like she lost to a small player. Rome, she won a couple more
it was a horrible
rounds
draw
as well.
It
was just a bad draw. It wasn't a thing where she played just horribly and then that was it. It was just a bad draw. And last but not least, our girl Jasmine Paolini Serrani secured again the doubles title today. Make some noise. So we are leaving with 2 titles.
Jazzy.
We're leaving 2 titles. Wow. Shout out to Jasmine.
Pour up for the Italians, man.
Pour up. Forza. You know, and last but not least as well, and a massive shout out to Taylor Townsend and Ivan King for making the finals at the mixed doubles, the French Open as well. That was very, very dope. Very happy to see them. Nice to see Taylor Townsend back. Her and Katerina made it all the way to
quarters.
Quarters or semis?
I think it was quarters. I think.
Yeah. They made it far anyways, and yeah, unfortunately, I think they lost to Mira Andreeva and Daj Schneider or someone else, something like that. But shout out to the girls. They are back. We'll come back for grass season. We've got to defend that title. But yeah, a massive shout out to I love this clay season. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And it's the fact that I was actually saying it even before Coco.
It's beautiful.
It's been a great clay season. Oh, of course, how can I forget? A massive shout out to Arthur Fils, who finally won his first round. Unfortunate that he had to pull out the tournament due to a very severe back injury.
I hope he does take the time as well and doesn't.
He takes the time. Listen,
if
we need to skip Wimbledon, if you're not feeling well, so be it, bro. It is what it is, man. But that was such a great match. His last match, my guy pushed through that. Even that silly opponent trying to come and say and accuse him of lying about his injury. You see that? You see what I mean?
Was that real though?
Bro, it was real.
Oh, Muna. I don't like that. That's cool.
It was real. For context, guys, he was saying that because during that after Fils match, there was literally one, I think the 4th set, he didn't even win a single game. And he was saying that Arthur Fils was faking it, only for Arthur Fils to come back and be like, he has some back stress fracture or something like that.
Exactly. That's a serious injury.
Look and see what I mean? Now, if I say it, I get in trouble. But all I'm saying is when it comes to these black players, you guys have to act up. Sabalenka talking about Coco. We're not talking about Fils. But hey, I'm going to leave it as that. Either way, speedy recovery to Arthur Fils. And yeah, there's one topic I did want to touch on, but I'm not going to touch on because you know what? I'm too happy. You know? I don't want to touch on it, but French Open, very disappointing in the coverage on the women. Extremely disappointing. Very even more disappointed at the fact that the director of the French Open is a woman. But let me tell you something. Sometimes when people get a seat at the table, that's all they care about. They don't care about anything after that. I get that there's money to be made, but this is extremely, extremely unfortunate. But again, maybe I'll speak about it in the next pod, because this pod is about happiness, celebration, black excellence, Coco motherfucking Gauff, and not about you people and your silliness, okay? Call her champion.
Let's go.
Call her champion.
It's a beautiful way to end
Clay
it, man.
season is done. Grass begins tomorrow.
Crazy.
The HSBC Championships begins next week. In terms of black players, as of right now, I think we only have Keys for WTA. I think Watson has to play his second qualifying round right now. But yeah, but for men's, we have a lot more. We have Shelton, Tiafoe, Giovanni.
That's the following week, though. I think
that's for the following week.
Well.
Yeah, I think Gabriel Diallo as well. And I think, you think Gabriel Diallo, is he doing qualifying or is he actually through?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure probably main draw. Hopefully he's main draw. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so grass season starts. But yeah, we will be on socials. We might be on site for the women's one. We're not too sure. We'll see. But yeah, welcome to grass season. And Coco Gauff, thank you. Thank you.
Superb
we love
effort,
you.
Coco,
we
man.
appreciate you. This has been such a great clay season. This has
and
been
you
such
deserve,
a great
she deserves
tournament.
the title.
And you deserve everything because you're a hard-working player. This is not luck. This is not, because of conditions. This is not because of, I wasn't playing my best. No, you were a beast. You locked down. You played your forehand well. You covered that clay surface well. You were locked in. You did what you had to do. And the real ones know. Drop mic. That's it, guys. We hope you enjoyed the pod, even though there was no notes, no nothing. This was a celebration.
Straight off
emergency
the top.
pod. Straight from the top. Make sure that you guys keep on drinking that drink.
And
We up, baby.
Smoking on that Sabalenka pack. I said it. Yes, I said it. And we are on. And with that, we out.
We out.
Stop the recording, man.